Hello everybody and welcome back to Kenshi Plays Battletech episode 4. This actually fired off a lot sooner than I expected, but since we have a full unit of mechs ready to go and our pilots are all healed, we will be taking on the first effort to reclaim the coalition. Weldry, one of the most notorious hellholes in the Oregon Reach. Everything about this place is hostile to human life, and for the past 3 years, Espinosa has been using it as a dumping ground for his political enemies. The Directorate has a prison complex on the planet's surface. The Imminents call it the Icebox. Associated with Taurian architecture, is a holding facility for political prisoners, including high-value hostages, members of the founding families, spouses, sons, and daughters. If we liberate this prison and set them free, we break Espinosa's leverage over the founding houses. The political map will change overnight. We don't know what the Directorate has been doing to our people in there, but we have to set them free, not just for political gain, because they're our people, and we need your help to do it. I need to know what I'm asking my semi-lights into. What makes Roldry so inhospitable? Everything, from the sub-zero climate to the inedible vegetation. The whole planet is infested with blood-sucking insects. The swarms can stretch for miles. You're shitting me. I'm afraid not. They're called Branson's mosquitoes. Imagine a colonial biting fly the size of your thumb, and they serve as carriers for harmful bacteria. And you're dropping infantry there on purpose? The army will be safe. Population centers like the Icebox use ultrasonics to keep the swarms at bay. But thank you for your concern, Mr. Veneer. Aren't the founding lords and ladies supposed to be powerless figureheads at this point? There are different kinds of powers in Ogre. The founding houses may be anemic in terms of martial strength, but the words they still carry weight in the Oregon Reach. If they rally behind us, the people who love them will follow. Governments have been toppled less. My uncle has hardline supporters everywhere. Their ranks have swelled in the absence of strong opposition, but the remaining members of the founding council will rally their people against the Directorate if given the chance. By freeing Weldry, we give them that chance. You've got an army, what do you need us for? Subtle, decisive action. I will lead the army in an all-out assault on the Directorate's primary spaceport. After I've drawn their attention, you will sneak in and attack the Icebox and liberate it. We'll set my uncle's hostages free and put the founding families in our debt, and in one fell swoop, reminds me of a supply raid that went on in the Inner Sphere. That was a good plan too, right up until we made contact with the enemy. I do understand what you're saying, Zenogre, and the chaos of the battlefield is one of the major reasons why I need you on this drop. You and Mastiff improvised on Cormordeer, and you got me through the coup alive. I'll be counting on you to use the same adaptability on Weldry, should the need arise. I'll remain in radio contact with you after we hit the ground. Good hunting, Zenogre. Give my uncle's troops the help that they have earned. After the Directorate presence on this planet has been crushed, the Icebox will be liberated. We'll regroup to celebrate our victory. Whew, about that. So first, let's get me back on the field. And second, let's get this Jenner out of the way. 4 fully equipped medium mechs. Our tonnage is slightly higher than the difficulty. Tundra is good biome for heavy energy weapon use, which is good considering my Blackjack, the Vindicator, and the Centurion all have heavy energy weapons. Unfortunately, we have kind of crippled our jumping capacity by constantly bringing at least one non-jump mech, but it's a minor issue at best. I remember this map well. Fight your way to the Icebox prison camp, destroy all Director forces, liberate the Icebox from Director control. This is it, our first strike against my uncle's Directorate, our first step towards justice. While I lead the Restoration Army against Weldry's primary spaceport, you will launch a sneak attack against the Icebox and liberate it. I know that you can do this, Ogre. Together, we can do this.
Command interface initiated.
There are 2 entrances into the complex, Commander, and it says that each is defended by a series of elevated turrets. I also see an LRM emplacement between the 2 checkpoints. Battlemech defenses should be practically nil as predicted. Lady Zoran and preemptive strike has already drawn the prison's standard garrison away. I'm seeing heavy vehicle and turrets on my screen, nothing that you can't handle. Clear away the opposition to capture the prison. Lady Orano and the Restoration Army will take care of the rest. Good hunting, Commander.
Roger that.
Right.
You betcha!
First things first.
Engaging jump jets.
On it.
Acknowledged.
These have to go first. So gotta get our mechs up here.
Taking the high road!
Let's not use any ammo.
Engaging
Help it.
What do you need? Confirmed.
We'll have you come down this way.
Receiving you. Firing on target.
Of those generators down.
Rot it down, Commander. Good to go! Uh-huh.
One of them almost down. Then we have to get rid of the other generators.
Engaging jump jets.
So we'll start
Enemy
moving
detected.
down here. We'll have fire too, just to be on the
This
safe
is
side.
the warden. We have an intruder alert. All combat units, prepare to repel hostile.
Man, your radio is a real shit quality in this
Commander.
area.
Double time. Let's go.
I want to keep him moving so he's at least ready for a fight if need be.
Ready for orders.
Make sure you actually get down.
Jumping. Waiting for orders. Uh-huh.
Yep. Alright. Everybody's down there. Good. The big thing will be taking these 4 turret generators out. And taking out these vehicles real quick. Getting a shot on those generators yet.
Engaging jump jets.
Just
Engaging target.
Good to go.
Waiting for orders. On my way. Roger that.
okay. One of them down.
Reporting vehicle destroyed.
There's 4 vehicles out here, but we also need to get rid of those 4 turret generators so we can avoid being pounded by these
Receiving
turrets.
you.
I hear ya. Don't need to tell me twice. Special delivery!
Oh, I was really hoping that would kill it. Ow. Okay, 5 vehicles. I did not realize how many there were. Like this.
They've got a lock on me.
At least they're spreading the damage out a little bit.
Okay, that was bad.
Warning. Enemy sensor lock detected.
Oof.
Engaging target.
This is one of the few bases where a generator for each damn turret is built.
Target building destroyed.
Standing by.
Yes, Commander. Up high. Locking on.
Aye, aye.
Right, Commander. Here we go.
Okay. 2 down. That should actually take
Brought
away
it down,
from Medusa's
Commander.
move. Yeah, okay. Those 2 are destroyed.
Yeah.
Which will allow me to move him up.
All right. Full speed.
Oh, I don't like that.
Reporting structural damage.
Okay. Dang. At least it
Hey,
wasn't her main
I
weapon.
lost a weapon.
Engaging jump jets.
Well,
Engaging target.
dang it. Overheating too easily. Oh no! Shit, that
Waiting
was
for
her
orders.
PPC. Actually, wait, can you get a shot on those? Yes, okay.
Locked on.
Okay, that's another turret down.
Flatten that one.
They are just pounding Borglitch here.
Yikes! That hit hard. Good to go. Good to go.
Dang, those were 2 of her best. Those were her melee weapon and.
Moving to position. Firing on target.
All right, if we can finish off the last turret generator, we
Standing
might
by.
still be able to salvage this. Because then we can just focus on fighting the tanks. Just 16. Taking a risk, but I need to start.
Firing on multiple enemies.
Dang it. Dang it! Really, you had to miss the obvious shots? Just relentlessly pounding on that Vindicator.
Ah!
Okay.
I'm losing weapons, Commander.
So this... Oh! Glitch! Oh, you bastards are gonna pay for that.
Engaging target. Target building destroyed.
Oh, that really puts us at a disadvantage for the final part of this mission.
Light damage, Commander. On it. Oh! Vehicle down.
Yes, Commander.
Damn.
Reporting. Enemy vehicle eliminated. Commander.
Getting rid of you now before you get a chance to fire again.
On for physical attack.
Damn. That fucking sucks.
One for the scrap heap.
Now I have no backup pilots.
All weapons committed.
Come on.
Receiving you.
Damn it. Alright, I might as well just start pounding on
Coordinates
this.
received. Roger that.
Damn.
Engaging physical attack.
I was gonna have her punch
Enemy
out
unit
if she
destroyed.
survived that turn, because
Standing
there was
by.
no way she was gonna be
Moving
in much
out.
of a fight in that shape. But they decided,
copy.
no, they're gonna get that chance. Alright, gate is down.
Done. What's
Everything on
next?
the outside is destroyed. Gotta
Copy
gather up
that.
my forces for this.
Acknowledged.
Got it.
Copy that.
Yeah,
Sit
this
tight,
is
Commander.
where we're...
Lady Arano is aware of the situation. Reinforcements are on the way.
Unfortunately, some of these mechs are in bad shape, so it's not so bad for us right now if we can take them out quickly. Question is, can we?
All weapons committed.
Ooh, jump jet destroyed, structure exposed, one hit already. Good.
Enemy mech. Critical damage
Taking that
detected.
guy out is the big, one of the two bigs. They have their own Centurion, which actually has better armor than the damn Jenner. Oh god, not again. I was hoping that extra armor would
Waiting
add
for
up to
orders.
something, but it doesn't look like it is.
Confirmed. Engaging. Target.
leg gone, right side gone.
Inflicted
That
some
Jenner's
heavy
almost dead
damage.
already. Good. Of course, the last two mechs are the big ones. And that one's a missile boat, so... Ow. That hurts a lot.
Warning. Armor low.
Good to go. Affirmative. Firing.
Fight harder, damn you! We can't let this prison fall!
Wow, I destroyed the Jenner with fucking swipe fire.
Tango
Wasn't even
down.
a direct hit. Well, it's 3 on 3, except they outweigh me because they have this! 65-ton heavy mech. This is a real heavy mech. Not that freaking junk pile that Sybil was running. Quick draws are very, very light for their size. They
Light
do not
damage. Holding
hold
firm.
up very well. Jeez, he's taking shots at everybody. Fortunately for me, that means I also get to make a move that will help me stabilize. What? Fuck your head. Ooh, structure already exposed, do you say? That means that only he gets a chance to move on. Ah, fuck, that hurt.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, where are you hurt? Leg? Fine.
Firing on target.
Receiving you. Aye, aye.
Try to put my slightly better mechs in position. Oh! Ow! Right side down. Good. That's his
Reporting.
big weapon.
Critical hit.
Okay, the Jagger mech goes first. Who is he focusing? Yeah, he's focusing me, isn't he? Oh, my blackjack's gonna get trashed. Oh, I'm gonna get knocked down at that. Oh wait, no, I took the AC off him, so he doesn't have a stability threatener. Wait, no, he does have the missiles, doesn't he? So he could potentially knock me down. Oh, no, he's going for melee. Oh boy. Come on, buddy. Miss. Nope, solid hit.
I'm under heavy fire here.
Ah, Kamea, I am so happy to see you. Fucking hell, woman. Make an entrance, why don't you? Oh, please tell me that was enough. Right leg. Oh, he lost his initiative. Okay, that's one way to end up with an edge again. Oh. Yes, the Kintaro is back. And remember, I said this thing was a master of close-in fighting. That wasn't a whole lot of firepower there, Kamea. Are you not in range for that SRM to fire off yet? Oh, there goes almost all of my
Detecting
weapons.
Mech warrior injury. Warning. Weapon system destroyed.
Aye, aye. Position
Hello.
confirmed. Time to get physical.
I would like to knock your head out and take your entire mech, please.
Orders. Moving out.
Okay, let's see. How bad are you hurt? Bad. Oh, wow. You are in bad shape.
Multiple targets confirmed.
Okay. 2 down, 2 go.
Hostile eliminated.
And that just leaves the Jagger mech, who's probably going to kill my Blackjack now. Yep. So long, buddy. I'm alive because I can't die, but that
Damage
means that I've
minimal.
lost 2 mechs.
I'm here. Move into position. Move.
That's one side down. It's 3 on 2, but I only have control of 2. Oh, ammo explosion! Pilot injured, pilot incapacitated. Nice. 3 on 1. There you are, you fucker. Oh shit, that's a whole lot of damage to the back.
Ready for orders.
Oh, that's an entire back armor panel just gone.
Move order received. Acknowledged.
Oh, that was a rough mission. That was rough. I'm gonna have to do a lot of off-screen repairs. Man, my family Blackjack is gone.
Yeah.
Wow, you can't even get around, can you? Fuck it. Sprint.
I copy.
Waiting for orders. Coordinates received. On it.
I'm probably not getting a whole lot of salvage out of this mess.
Solid connection on that one.
Damn, that sucks. That sucks. And there goes the last one. The prison is ours. Thanks for the assist, Lady Arana. We'll have Sumi bring us down for the victory celebration. There will be no celebrating, not after what I saw out there. God's Darius, the things the director has done to these people. Kabea, I need you to meet me in the prison hospital right now. What is it? Better that you see for yourself. And Kabea, prepare yourself. This isn't going to be easy.
Mission successful.
It wasn't easy to get in here. Damn, I've lost 2 mechs and a pilot. $1.7 million, and I'm gonna lose. And I'm spending most of that on repairs. Yep, killed. I'm out for 111 days. It's actually better than it was before. Both the Vindicator and the Blackjack are gone. I only got 1 hunk of salvage off that. Anything good in this list? Damn, I wanted most of that that Jagger mech, but I only got 1 of every mech we fought.
By the time our forces found him, it was too late. I'm sorry, Kamea. He was here all this time.
Rashu.
Arana Restoration, the Icebox, Weldry. Kabea, I'm so sorry. I know how much Mastiff meant to you. He was a friend and mentor to us both. It was more than that. The old man was like a second father to me, and my uncle condemned him to waste away on this rock, to die wretched and broken in agony. Victoria did this. She told him she'd make him suffer. There's no coming back from what I've witnessed here today. The scale of the director's cruelty is unimaginable. What they've done here is monstrous. It's inhumane. Our intel was wrong, Alexander. The icebox isn't a prison. It's a meat grinder. Gods, my own family is behind this. Technically, he's your brother-in-law. Yeah, well, your uncle-in-law, so... That's what left of mine has chosen to look the other way. It isn't an easy thing to wrap your head around, to try and remain focused. We just liberate the Directorate's hostages. With a single blow, you've shattered your uncle's hold on the founding houses. The prisoners you've set free here are calling you the Sword of Restoration. We need to spread this message all the way to Cormadir, to galvanize your supporters and weaken Espinosa's popularity there. Galvanize your supporters. I like the sound of that. It won't be an easy process. For the last 3 years, those who love House Arano have been keeping their heads down. We won't break them of that overnight. In truth, the appreciable percentage of Comadir's population supports Director Espinosa in centralizing power. He's improved the quality of life on the throne world considerably, and people will forgive a great deal for security and comfort. Yeah, let that be a reminder of how history works, people. With our victory on Weldry, we've all seen what happens to those who will not be brought or indoctrinated. Those who refuse to kneel before a tyrant. We know what became of the people who were made to disappear, and soon enough the entire Reach will know it too. But the momentum is on our side, Kamea. We need to take advantage of it. You're right, this isn't the time for hand-wringing, but Alexander, you didn't see what I saw out there. On the other end of the battlefield, the work crews all hunched and broken, the graveyards, great fields of unmarked burial plots that stretch as far as the eye could see. Every time I blink, I see them, the misery that was allowed to fester here. I can picture it well enough. I saw my share of gulags during my tour of the Inner Sphere. I'm sure you did, Zenoker. The Director doesn't have a monopoly on cruelty, but before my uncle's coup, the Eureka Reach was better than this. The place is going to stay with these people for the rest of their lives. I'd do anything to be able to spare them of that hurt, but I can't. Word of advice from an old veteran, Lady Arano: focus on something you can do. Give us an order, tell us to blow something up, shit, use your imagination. The key is you do something and you move on. Thank you, Chief Veteran. You have a good cruising ogre. I have a new assignment for you, and a reward for your service. For decades, the wreck site of the Argo was one of my father's most closely held secrets. When I sent you a retriever, I meant for her to serve as a symbolic purpose, a sign of rebirth and renewal, emblazoned with the Arano Cormadat for all to see. I was naive. This is the time for action, not symbols. And so, Zenoger, I have decided that she will be yours to command. The Argo will serve as your new home, and she will fly your mercenary banner. Lord Madeira will join you and act as my liaison, and in return you will grow stronger, sharper, more flexible. You will hone your company into a razor's edge, and one that I will hold to the Directorate's throat. In that case, congratulations, you've got yourself a navy. Yep, the Argo. One of a kind, for as Centrella said, there were 2 made. Unfortunately, the Myrmidon was scrapped for parts during the Starlink collapse. So this is the only ship of her kind, unless you were to write a fanfic in which the Myrmidon wasn't scrapped, but hey. That settles it then, Kabea. Go back to your triage tent and get your wounds looked at. The conditions here are beyond unsanitary, and you'll be of no use to anyone if you're dying of some exotic infection. Our people can tend to the wounded. We need you strong for the fight ahead. I will, Alexander, but not just yet. Assemble our people in the courtyard. There's something I need to say.
People of the Oregon Reach, I am Kamea Arano. And I have failed you. For 3 long years, Director Espinosa has imprisoned and starved and murdered our people. And where was I? Hiding in a palace, light years away, building support, planning. While the Directorate's secret police turned neighbor against neighbor, made your loved ones disappear, conscripted your children. I wasn't here. I didn't know. The crimes that I have witnessed here today are unforgivable. No doubt, Director Espinosa believes that the ends justify the means, that the Oregon Reach has been made strong. Well, I say that strength built on fear is brittle. The Directorate is a paper tiger, and I declare this restoration today to rally the true strength of our people, our resilience, and our freedom. Let Weldry be a call to arms. Join us, and together we will liberate the founding houses and retake Cormadir. Not because it is my birthright, but because the Directorate's crimes against you, the Oregon people, will no longer be tolerated. That is what I fight for, and I vow to fight for your freedoms to my dying breath.
Have I mentioned I love the painted style they use for these cutscenes? Because I really do. It really is really well done. It's simple, it's beautiful. Have ship will travel. Farah Murad. Hello again, my mercenary friends. Before you officially take possession of the Argo, I wanted to introduce myself in person. We never really got a chance to meet properly on Axios. So, hi, I'm Dr. Farah Murad, or just Farah if you prefer. It's nice to meet you all face to face. Yeah, Doc, you too. I'm gonna call you Doc, by the way. You should probably go ahead and get used to it. It was impressive work you did getting the Argo flying. Between you and me, I'd had my doubts. Honestly, I did too. You should have seen what the Argo's interior looked like after a couple hundred years of pirate occupation. Actually, I take that back. If you had seen what I saw, you'd probably want to never set foot inside. Take it from me, the ship has been deloused from bow to stern, and every meter river has been hosed down with industrial grade disinfectant. This ship is clean enough to eat off of, I swear it. Yeah, I don't want to know what this poor ship looked like before you fixed her up. Clean is good, space-worthy is better. I'm sure the Argo is ready for action. Oh, absolutely. I mean, she's here, isn't she? All the way from Lyreton, with nary a decompression event in sight. Don't worry, Commander. I wouldn't endanger my new crewmates by putting them on an unsafe ship. I've got professional standards to maintain. Hang on a sec, Doc. This is my company, and I decide who is in and isn't on my crew. Yeah, actually, you know what? Hey, hear that, Yang? We finally got a shipboard engineer. That's good, because I don't have a clue if anything on this boat works. Frankly, I'm amazed Dr. Barad managed to get her flying at all. I'm still a little amazed myself. Only a little, because I'm very good at what I do, but it was kind of touch and go there for a while. Oh, and Darius, I'm sorry about the shouting back at Axis. It turns out getting shot at by pirates puts me on edge. No hard feelings? Not at all. Keep this piece flying and you can yell at me as much as you want. Hell, I'm used to it. Welcome to the family. Yes, Sumi gives you a hard time as it is. You too, Lord Madeira. I never imagined we'd be working together, but I'm glad to have the opportunity. As am I, Mr. Oliveira. Over the years of exile, Lady O'Donnell told a great deal about you and your company. All of it good. Even before the events of the coup, she knew about Markham's marauders. Your assistance with in her father's Fajard I don't fucking know. Campaign did not go unnoticed. It was a job, Lord Madeira, and we only did what High Lord Tremendous paid us to do. Still, it feels good to be appreciated and to know that someone out there still remembers Commander Markham's name. Being remembered is the best that any mercenary can hope for. That's right, Commander Yakato, and now that you have everything you need to build your own legacy, you remember Lady Arana's orders while she prepares for our next major assault against the Directorate. You are to sharpen your company and grow stronger. And now that you have a mobile command center worthy of the title, I suggest you use it. Y'all get your first batch of contracts delivered over Kenshi. The whole rimward periphery is our oyster now. We won't be limited by our debts or travel restrictions. Exciting times, I've got to say. You're telling me I've been cooped up in that little patch of the frontier for too damn long. You said it, boss, but let's quit talking and get exploring our new ship. There's an absolutely enormous spec band there, and it's got my name written all over it. Not yet, it doesn't. Damn right it doesn't, Jake. You all heard him. Take your stations, everybody. We're free agents until Lady Orona calls for us, and there's money to be made. Ain't that the truth? The Argo is not in good shape, Commander, but the time, money, and some of Chief Veneria's technical resources, we can address most of the major problems. We even made this place nice enough. I'll be in engineering if you need to know more. Yes, so we have unlocked the final major aspect of this game. Lady Orano said she wanted us to get stronger. These mech facilities, we finally have the resources to do that. Bring me scrap mech from missions and shops, and I'll rebuild them into fighting machines. And remember, boss, when it comes to mechs, bigger is usually better. Well, at least in this setting. Blackjack has been destroyed and could not be recovered. Vindicator has been destroyed and could not be recovered. We'll need some mech repairs for our next contract, boss. I can't go into combat like this. See me in the mech bay when you're ready. Damn.
You picking anything up out there?
Negative, XO. Sensors clear.
Yep, we have a new ship. The barracks are bigger and better.
Training complete.
Good to go.
Mech warrior training complete.
Ready for orders.
Commander.
Let's see, what do these do? Coolant vent and breach shot. I think breach shot will be better
Training
for that.
confirmed, Commander.
Cooling vent is very rarely needed. But yes, we now have the Argo, and your Leopard now serves as the main transport from the Argo to surface. This is what I was saying about, there is a logical thing in universe where you could, because there is a docking collar on the other side, double your deployable units. But the game can't handle that, so it doesn't. I'm out of action for 95 days, which is actually better, but that's because the Argo has better mechanical systems. So we will be going through and going over things in the new Argo.
Quite a step up from the Leopard, isn't it? I've got to hand it to Dr. Murad. This Argo is a hell of a ship.
Indeed it is, Darius. Hard as nails since the dawn of time, his father used to tell him. Those were his family's words and his personal creed. I'm not going to personally attest to their accuracy. When we were fighting alongside the Royal Guard and the Foot Companion, a pirate-driven hunchback managed to flank us. Decker was piloting a Locust at the time. The bastard took his left leg clean off. The Locust went down hard and Decker blacked out. He was a dead man, and there was nothing we could do, but the hunchback was putting up a foot through his cockpit. And it would have if Master Panic had charging in with a Centurion. His first person took the hunchback's main gun clean off. He was totally matter of fact about it. It wasn't a desperate spring or a panic move. He just calmly put his fist through the pirate's weapon's mech pod, grabbed it, and wrenched it free of its moorings. It was like, I don't know, it was like watching a farmer uproot a tree stump, you know? Workmanlike. And all the while, you could hear the pirate over the comm channel screaming and cursing as he desperately tried to fight back. The old man took that hunchback apart piece by piece. Imagine a veteran prizefighter locked in a cage with some snot-nosed kid with no rules or referees in sight. He put on a clinic for everyone to see, and the rest of the pirates broke rank and fled when they saw what happened to their friend. Can't blame them in their place. I'd have done the same. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Sorry about. All right. For what the Montgomerys were, warriors as long as anybody could remember, born to fight and tempered on the battlefield, Sir Raji was the last. He never had any children, you know. The Montgomery line died with him. Kind of sad, honestly. Did you? Did he ever show you that enormous knife he used to? This sounds like a war story between. Oh, the kukri? Yeah, you don't see too many of those outside the Free World League these days. Kukri blades are mostly associated with the first Regan Hussars, not mastiffs, though. He claimed he inherited the curved blade beauty from his grandfather, who did it for his grandfather, and so on and so all the way back to the family's origins on Terra, which I think isn't the kukri from like ancient Australian tribes. I may be wrong. Somebody could maybe post a comment about that. But I know that the Arano line, I believe Sir Tamati and his sister, who is Victoria's mother, uh, were both of ancient Hawaiian descent. During the Fajar campaign, I saw him use the blade against a pirate twice. His blade spit the bastard's skull like a rotting antelope. It was horrifying and beautiful all at once. You don't see that kind of skill every day. Thanks for the talk. Shortly, we just got us old man's memory. Some questions about running this company. Got a few minutes. I'd like to catch up. This is just okay. Yeah, that just gives me. So yeah, I might have missed some story
I'll
options
see
to
ya.
talk about earlier with these guys, but I will try to remember to talk. And of course, we have Alexander Madeira here. Welcome to my corner of the command center. From here, I can provide Mr. advice and information when he needed it. I want it to be a resource for you as well. I'm keeping with my role as the Restorations Liaison. I will give you whatever additional information about our campaign. Moving forward, come see me after any major operation. I'll share whatever I can. I'd like to discuss the state of the war. Things are going well enough, Commander. Our initial attack on Wandering was an enormous success, despite the psychological cost of what we discovered there. Still, the Director's atrocities have steeled our resolve. I've never seen Lady Arano so determined. Out of curiosity, Commando, what did you think of her speech? I recorded it, you know. The broadcasts are on their way to every corner of Directorate space. Sounded raw from the heart. Mastiff would be proud. Good. That's what I was hoping to hear. The presumption of authenticity will carry us far. As for what it's worth, Lady Arano meant every word she said, but the people may not see it that way. Espinosa's propaganda machine will do everything in her power to tarnish our accomplishments and drag us through the dirt. Ain't that the truth? I can imagine the headlines now. Police and civil servants cut down by weapons of war. Dangerous convicts set loose by traitor, endangering nobles and commoners alike. A dangerous narrative, and one that we'll have to counter at every turn. With luck, many of our people will believe what they've heard in our broadcast over the Directorate's propaganda, but I fear Espinosa's hardline supporters will be far less eager to listen. If we fail to turn them against the Directorate, we run the risk of ongoing violence even after we liberate their home systems. That's why messages like Kabea's speech are so important. Espinosa's supporters saw the conditions on Weldry with their own eyes. You don't think that'd be enough to sway them? Some will be moved by our message, yes, but others will continue to embrace the Directorate's lies. These are people who benefited from Espinosa's policies. They won't jump to condemn a system that has made them wealthy, and they won't want to feel complicit in its crimes. Capturing their loyalty will be a long, hard battle. We won't win it overnight. If the Directorate uses propaganda, we need some of our own. Got it. Sadly, yes. If we're going to win this war, we'll have to rally the Arabian people, including a percentage of Espinosa's supporters. We'll have to see that we're better than the Directorate again and again until our message is impossible to ignore. For you, that means military victories. For me, it means more broadcast, spin, and outreach to public opinion. It's just another battlefield, and I'll be knee-deep in the trenches until the day I die. You're new to the crew, so tell me a bit about yourself. I'd be happy to. Honestly, Commander, I've been so consumed with matters of war late, I wouldn't even know where to begin. Oh, tell me where you were before Kame's exile and the Restoration. A noble scion, much of the same as you were, from what I understand. As a fellow Noah, I'm sure you already know more than most about my upbringing. It was a life of great privilege and great expectation. I spent my early years invested in academic pursuits, the study of history, mathematics, and statecraft. I strove to excel at every subject, anything that avoided disappointing my mother and father. The extent of which they would come to disappoint me is a cruel irony, but it's one that I've come to accept. Must be hard to have your own parents betray you. Oh, it is nothing. Nothing could be harder. When Kamea retakes her throne, there will be a reckoning, and director and collaborators will be tried for their crimes. My mother and father will be front of that list, and as terrible as it may feel to say, they'll deserve it, whatever punishment they receive. What kind of expectations did you have to meet? Oh, you know, House Madeira's motto, behold our splendor. I had a familiar obligation to live extravagantly, and to do so with the public eye. But I was also expected to develop my intellect. My life was a 50-50 split between carouseling and academic study. In truth, it felt like I was living two lives and putting on a show in both. But I'll never complain about my upbringing. I have enjoyed advantages that most children in Cabrera could only dream of. I'm sorry to hear it, but let's talk about something else. Tell me about Goldra. What kind of world is it? A truly beautiful one. You should really travel there sometime after all of this is over and see it for yourself. Imagine lush green lowlands giving you mile upon mile a white sand coastline, sandy beaches kissed by a warm salty sea, and soft rain perfumed with saffron and cardamom. And there's not to mention the wildlife. Close your eyes and imagine, Commander. Shell terns, wheeling and soaring, their brilliant plumage glittering in the sunlight, leviathan sablefish flashing silver beneath the waves, dolphin fish leaping, breaching the surface of the water in riotous streaks of yellow and green. Let's talk about something else. We'll talk later.
Always a pleasure, Commander.
So we've already seen the barracks, we've seen the new command center. The mech bay is an improvement.
Check out this mech bay, Commander. Pretty great, right?
Yes.
In a setup like this, there's nothing I can't do.
Unfortunately, we're down to 5 mechs. We're gonna have to bring something up from storage. Let's bring up the second Shadowhawk.
Warmed up ASAP.
And we'll have to refit that with fresh work. But this is a lot faster, so we'll come back to Yang and Pharaoh when I come back to talk to them in the next episode. But it's getting late right now, so I need to focus on what's ahead of me. So here is where this comes into play. We can now start putting our money into repairing the Argo, and I will be doing a lot of this off screen. But to give you a general system, what you see here is not the entirety of your upgrade list. This is just what you can see because of what you have. You have power systems. Repairing those upgrades your ability to power more upgrades, obviously. Structure, you need that to upgrade in order to power more things. Drive system, this is your travel time. Habitation pods, upgrading this will upgrade your total available pilot count. You can hold more pilots with habitation pods. They will also allow for more recreation upgrades. Med bays, obviously, the better you do with this, the faster your pilots recover from injury. And when you get high enough med bays, you have a chance of surviving critical injury. So basically, Glitch died before we could have a chance of her ever surviving that. Recreation, this will help with morale, which, as I said, the higher your morale, the better for both being able to skip on expenses if you have them high, or starting with high morale gives you better resolve at the start of a mission. Mech bays, upgrading these will allow you to have more mechs in your bays. Really good if you have flexible units, or for certain missions later on after the main story. We'll talk about that later. Repair and refit speeds up your thing. Training modules, I love these. These things allow you to basically gain experience without actually fighting. You can have pilots that just sit around and gain experience and up their skills. So you can have new pilots that slowly catch up to the rest of the unit, so they're not left far behind. Good for having spares. Speaking of which, we need to go to the hiring hall.
Orders?
Okay, so yeah, there are Kickstarter backers. This game was kickstarted. This actually ended up being a bit of a problem from what I remember. I read somewhere, and I've read a couple accounts, that the Kickstarter pilots were not perfect in how they were implemented. Um, they were given very limited information to work with. Were only allowed to put in some information on their own. And they got very minor customizations on what they wanted because they weren't really. Only a handful got fully what they wanted out of this over what they would have had because of how little they understood. But I want to just get somebody to help
New mech
replace
warriors
Glitch.
available.
So we will come back to this later. I will be making an effort to grind off screen and trying to get some heavy mechs because they should start appearing in random missions now. I want to get at least two. I want to get at least one heavy mech before we actually take on the next mission, which I don't know when that will be. When we resume next, we will also talk to Yang, Farah, and Sumi about the Argo and the current condition of the war before jumping to the next story beat. So thank you for joining me. This has been a mixed bag of an episode. I lost my blackjack, damn it, and we got the Argo. Anyway, see you next time, people.